I'm Sneha. Can I get an introduction from you guys? Let's start with you.
Okay, I'm Pathak from Technology.
Okay, so what do you work on?
I run web development.
Web development. So you have your co-founder also with you, or you're a single person, single startup?
Yeah,
Three of five members team. So each of you have a different एउटै चिजमा काम गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ या फेरि तपाईले सेल्स लिनुभएको छ कसैले टेक्नोलोजी कोडिङहरु गर्छ व्हाट इज द मेन हाउ डु यु डिवाइड योर वर्क
Two different platforms for one product and one platform. So coding in different platforms. So all of our coding is one and majorly it's works on the management and marketing.
So what is your product service about?
We are giving a free internet service to the users. In return, they will have to see the advertisement.
So that is normal procedure, right? What exactly, if I sign up for your service, what exactly will I be getting?
Free
internet
service.
Free internet service. Okay, that's good. Sounds good. And what about you? Yakok, I just saw that. Yeah, what it is about?
We are working on wearable for kids. So
wearable, Internet of Things, right? Okay, that's nice. And you have a co-founder. Oh, 4 members. That's nice. So you guys are working as a team and 25% holder of your company. Am I right? Okay. So how does that correlation works over here? So what do you think if a co-founder just leaves and go? How will you just react with that? Have you thought of a backup plan or something like that? Because generally what happens is when you go in an incubator like this and things, I mean, when you start working, you feel like, yeah, timlai yo aउँछ मलाई यो आउँछ, let's start the work. You just gel with each other and start the work. But what exactly happens when money comes in? मैले काम गरेको छु, मलाई त मैले कोडहरु लेखिरहेको छु, तिमीले बिजनेस लिएर आउँदैन, अनि त्यसपछि सबै काम मैले गर्ने भन्ने जस्तो हुन्छ एउटा। अर्को बिजनेस लिएर आउनेले लिएर आइरा हुन्छ, काम गर्ने कोड लेख्नेहरुले there will be a problem in a code, they won't be able to fulfill the client's need. So how that you are going to tackle it? So you have to always think about the pros and cons of going together. So I mean, let's have an interactive session. Means how you have thought about it. If you are developing something in Android and then Windows platform, right? Only Android platform, right? So if you want to also go for the iOS platform, how you have thought of going into it, right? Self-learning पनि हुन्छ एउटा, लेकिन co-founderमा के हुन्छ भने how co-founder will gel together. How you have thought if somebody suddenly leaves your company, how are you gonna cope about that work? If suddenly he is gonna leave your company, तपाईहरु चारजनाले उसको काम कसरी म्यानेज गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ? Do you know what he works? Do you everyone knows what he works and all these things? Because that is much more important in startup, where I have personally figured it out. When in my company, when one of our co-founder left, we were left with void. We weren't knowing ulle ke kaam garदै थियो. We didn't have any idea. I mean, ulle के काम गर्दै थियो, कसरी गर्दै थियो. अब सबै फर्स्ट देखि हेर्दै जाँदाखेरि टाइम गयो, मनी गयो, आफ्नो रिसोर्सेस गयो. त्यही भएर तपाईले जे काम गर्नुहुन्छ, you have to correlate everything. And it's very important if all of you knows in the team what each and every person is doing and what is the progress in that team. That is really very important, which I went through. So it's, if you can just figure, I mean, तपाईं tech background को हुनुहुन्छ, तपाईं business background को हुनुहुन्छ, right? So अब मैले कोड लेख्नै आउँदैन मलाई, मैले बुझेर के गर्ने भन्नुहुन्छ है एउटा. तर if you can know the basic points, that is very much helpful for yourself, because it's not necessary that your co-founder will stay forever. It's not necessary that happens, and God knows and would touch, it should not happen. But if it happens, then you should be in position to know what is the progress of your work and how it should go ahead. So that is the one point which I wanted to really share with you guys. And the other point which I want to share is, हाम्रो त स्टार्टअप भयो, अब ठुलो कम्पनीलाई बेच्ने हो अनि त्यसपछि $1 million कमाएर अनि घरमा बस्ने हो. That doesn't happen overnight at all. You have to literally squeeze yourself to get a single customer. And if you have, Yakob, right? So have you got any leads for customer things and all? Have you got any leads? You have got any leads, right? So how, it's not, let's not talk about family and friends. How you got, if you have to go in real market and you don't know anyone, how will you approach with that?
Initially, we are approaching for multi-service.
Okay.
And NGOs working on the side. Yeah.
Okay. So your product is basically more about childcare things and like so. Okay. And I was talking with Nairisha and I figured out somebody was working on embedded chips and all these things also. You were the one, right? So you figured out that it was already made in China, already have been developed in China and you could. So when you first go with your idea, when you think like, okay, this is an idea and I think I can make this happen, I can flourish it. First, check it out in the internet. We have free access in the internet. If there is a similar product or services elsewhere in the world, not in the country, elsewhere in the world, there is something which you can be a pioneer and there is something which you can be a follower. Pioneer, probably first start गर्नुभयो. यो सबैभन्दा पहिलोचोटि मैले लिएर आउँदैछु मार्केटमा. That is pioneer. अनि अर्को यो सेम प्रडक्ट युएसमा छ, सेम प्रडक्ट सर्भिस युएसमा छ, नेपालमा छैन, 4 कन्ट्रिजमा छैन, यहाँ म आफ्नो नाम बनाउन सक्छु. द्याट इज अ फलोअर स्टेप. उनीहरू पनि आउन सक्छ तर उनीहरू आउनु भन्दा पहिला यहाँ you have your own base over here. That is a follower step approach. So first figure it out who you are and please do research rather than jumping into it and doing the works. It's like गर्यो त्यसपछि काम गर्ने कालु मकै खाने भालु भनेको जस्तो हुन जान्छ फेरि पछि. And it's when you do research about it, it's more over you'll get to learn how you need to develop yourself. And if you have any question about the other startup incubators, if you know in US and all those things, you know about it. There's something called Y Combinator, which is #1 startup incubator in US. You are working in Android and development, right? So what all other companies are doing the same thing? Have you done the research?
We found a lot and so collaborating with similar companies that programs free. We heard that.
You heard that, right? So you did research about it?
Actually, we found similar, but not exactly what.
Yeah, not exactly. But in what ways similar? In what ways you are similar with them, and in what ways you are different with them? Because that different is the USP which you will have to showcase others to make your product much more fruitful. Right?
We think of what they have. We got our plan after reviewing their products.
Okay.
So we are a little bit different from them.
Okay. So that is the only thing which is right now there, or there is something else also around the world. Don't think just you are inside Nepal and you just have Nepal as a market. If you have some tech product, it can be used around the world. You can sit over here and do the service for the countries in Singapore or in the countries in China, everywhere you can do that. It's not about just sitting over here and just going to the companies over here. So how do you go through it? It's the most thing which I have found is I was going through a book called The Zero. It was written by the founder of PayPal, and he just he shared his idea how he started PayPal. The YouTube founders, if you guys know about it, there were 5-6 founders. One of them was Elon Musk. Elon Musk is the founder of this. it's like a company of NASA, which will go, the rocket companies, which will go to the moon and which will go to the space and all those things. You should know those people and their experiences. And Steve Jobs, everyone knows that, right? So it's not like that. If you are a Steve Jobs, you have a great company. He had other people also, and you have to take care of those people also. Apple wasn't made in one day. Apple wasn't only the dream of Steve Jobs. Apple was also the hard work of other team members. And you have to, it's like, I'm founder, I don't know about others. It doesn't work like that. I'm the founder and what my team members are doing on. तपाईँले टिम मेम्बर सेलेक्ट गर्दाखेरि पनि तपाईहरु पाँचजना हुनुहुन्छ सबैजना को-फाउन्डर भएर काम गर्नुहुन्छ. If you want somebody else to work as a team member now, not as a co-founder, you don't want to share your percentage. Company ko percentage तपाईहरु अब दिन चाहनुहुन्न. अब you want a worker. How will you choose that worker? What are the qualities you will see in that worker to work under you and to have the same vision like you? I mean, give me some hints. Then I'll be able to tell you, right, how you're going in the right way or not. Is there something which you have figured out? Yeah. So it's, I come for interview for you to have a job, for a job in your company. What will exactly you do? The same vision. How will you get to know in one interview that I have the same vision of sales? Interest. That's it. And also, if you yourself have a broader view, तिमीलाई आफैलाई थाहा छ कि यो यस्तो यस्तो भयो भने यस्तो हुन्छ भनेर जुन कि सेल्फ नलेजबाट आउँछ, सेल्फ स्टडीबाट आउँछ, जुन तपाईले गर्नुभयो भने then you will be able to see that person's caliber. And there are lots of things like one of the person was asking, he does website development and all these things, and where should he go and see how can he get the customer. And he wasn't knowing about elance.com, Elance and freelancer.com. Those are the websites where you can showcase your expertise and get to know about, I mean, if I want a website designer, I go to the elance.com or the freelancer.com and I see what are their portfolios and I'll get the details. You can also do the same. No need, I mean, it's in the starting period, right? You won't be having so much money to shell it out. You don't have so much money to give salary to someone. So maybe you can hire a part-time workers who will be studying and who can also give their time to help you to develop something. Also, you can go to the website like freelancer.com and then figure it out who can do the best job for you in lesser price. So if you have all those, things going on in your head, then I think you can do it much more better. Other thing which I wanted to share was, do you have gone through Shark Tank? Shark Tank, right? There was a company from Nepalese guys, right? Yeah. So how they didn't got investment, but they were acquired by one of the biggest food companies and all, and they got acquired. But how do you think that if you got such chance, and if you have to present, and if you get the money, how will you utilize it? If you get such chance, how do you think you will tell yourself how you will sell your product? It's more of marketing side and the tech. It's not of tech side, marketing side. But until and unless you sell business, you won't be earning money, right? That is the end point. You have to earn money, and that is how you have to go together about it. You guys have meetups in Nepal? You know about meetup, right? There's something called meetup. Just Google it. Okay, sure. And you can just Google meetup. You can just log in into that and make your own community kind of stuff. If you are Android developer, then you can join Android developing community, and in Nepal if anybody is interested in Android, they can come and join that meetup, and you can know about the things like yeah, it's cool. And if you are more about how to do digital marketing, join that meetup. If there is in Nepal something like that in Nepal, you can go to that meetup and share the views of people, same business mind people. So you found out that meetup? Have to log in this key. Yeah, there are, right? Startup Grind, Kathmandu. Startup Grind is also one of the good platform for startups. It's basically was started in US and happens in everywhere in the elsewhere also. So it's for startups, get to know other startups, how they are working on, how they are succeeding or how they are lagging behind. If you get to know about that, it will be much better for you guys. Because something sorry. आगोले पोल्छ भनेर थाहा हुँदैन आगोलाई छुन जानुभन्दा पोल्दो रहेछ है अरूलाई हेरेर थाहा हुनु नै बेटर हुन्छ That is what I thought so go to the meetup.com, sign it for that, sign it up, and just don't think that this incubation, this 8 hours or 9 hours is enough for your business. It's not. If you should not sleep at all. That's what I get from my co-founders. Like, if you're sleeping, then you're ruining your business. It's like, okay, fine, let me sleep. That happens, but you have to know each and everything what's going on in your market. If you're into Android development, do you know about the security measures about your Android apps? What are the, okay, so everyone knows about GitHub, right? Yeah. So, just people, what they do is they copy and paste it and just they customize it in their own way, right? Little bit. So that is not all the innovation part. What innovation part is what you have personally done in that. This is not customizing, that does that, all those MNCs company does that. That is not what you are making the difference. This should be something which you should be making the difference. And that should be counted. So, any question you wanted to ask to me? Because I have been working in Bangalore and I have been like hell lot of meetups. And it's getting new people, networking with them, interacting with them. I get to know so much of things, what to do and what not to do in startup and things. It's that kind of, okay. Sometimes you might be crying it's like pain, I'm not getting a single customer. I mean, if you have already started, okay? If you haven't started, it will be like, okay, I'll get the customers, I don't worry about it. My product is so good. You just go into that thing. But the reality is different. Do the market research and know about the pain points. मलाई लाग्छ मेरो सामानले यो need fulfill गर्छ, मोन्टेसरीहरुको need fulfill गर्छ. त्यही सामान अरु ठाउँमा पनि युज हुन सक्छ कि. Think the different values, what your product can bring. And Khali Nepalko Montessori Kina, there are lots of Montessoris around the world, right? So how you gonna talk with them? That is also the thing. You have heard about GoPro, right? GoPro is a camera that's used for the mountaineering and all this stuff. He became billionaire without spending. He became just a billionaire by himself, kind of stuff, because he did research about lots of things. When he started designing his camera, he had already he talked with manufacturers based in China and customized it accordingly. And he did it by sitting in a home. You can't be just lucky like him, just sitting in a home. You can't be a billionaire like that. So when you think about getting a customer or getting into the business, don't think about getting thousands. Don't think about getting 100,000s. Always think about getting in the top. Then you'll gradually go into that. And also make milestones every point. for everything make milestones. I have done something. Okay, for your own member team, right? Two of you are developing, two of you are business. Okay, so one of you have developed this thing, the other is also developing the same thing. Doesn't make sense. So just make the things, clear it out. If you are saying that in 2 weeks your product will go live, make it go live in that 2 weeks. Don't even exceed by 1 day. Because I have faced the same problem. We said we will go live in 30 days. After 60 days we are making it live. Everyone's like, go to hell. I approached the company and said, we are sorry, we are a bit late, we had some problems, so do you want to try it out? They said, we already purchased the other product. Competitor's product. So that is the risk. Don't think that you don't have any competitors. You never know. There's a startup like this, and if they have a little bit more budget and all these things, and also the little extra brain than that of us, then they are gonna mushroom up. So you have to be always conscious about what you are doing and what is the market going on. You guys know about Y Combinator? We say no, right? Maybe Shashay doesn't know about Y Combinator. So for internal communication, what guys you use? In your own company, internal communication, Gmail, Gchat, Facebook? Okay. And if Twitter, how many of you use Twitter? Because Twitter is the place where you can reach maximum people. Facebook is for making friends and all those things. Generally, actually, if you have to do business, Twitter is one of the most thing in right now, because most of people who have also, in US also, they have told me that if you can just put it in Twitter, that would be really helpful, right? Just tag them, and just, if you want the service, tag them, and then talk with them. People are tend to see Twitter much more than that on Facebook. That's the research they have shown. So, yeah. So, is there something that you want to know how or what challenges in startups and all those things? Because I'd be happy to tell you my experiences.
पछि केही उसले चाहिँ जस्तै निस्कनु पर्यो उचाइ नबस्ने त्यस्तो केस आयो भने कसरी
इक्विटीको बेसमा इन्भेस्टर तपाईँले लिनु भएन, त्यसरी तपाईँलाई कसैले मानौँ 1000 दिन्छ, 1000को लागि जस्ट एन एक्जाम्पल, जस्ट नम्बर 1000 तपाईँले दिन्छ, तपाईँले आफ्नो कम्पनीको 10% उसलाई दिनुभयो। उसले त्यो कम्पनी फर्म्समा, नेपालको कम्पनी फर्म्समा या फेरि युएसको कम्पनी फर्म्समा के भनेको छ भने यु कान्ट सेल आउट that equity to anybody else. त्यो इन्भेस्टरले या त उसको पैसा डुब्यो या त कम्पनी ठुलो भएर या फिर इट इज सेल आउट, then he'll get his money back. There is no other chance that he will be getting out like that. Or else if he wants to get out, then he should forget his money. That is the most common case. He should forget his money and forget the equity. I don't want to be the part of your team. Okay, don't be part of team, but we can't help it out. And that's it. Nothing else. Or else, तपाईं फेरि second round of seed funding मा जानुभयो भने dilute उसको शेयरहरु पनि आफ्नो शेयरसँग dilute गरेर उसलाई कम हुँदै जान्छ. And then after a while, if you grow big and all those things, then he'll get his percentage shares. That is the thing. त्यो इन्भेस्टर म ब्याकअप गर्छु भनेर भन्यो, ब्याकअप गर्नलाई पैसा पनि त रिटर्न चाहियो नि, अहिले आफैले कमाइरहेको छैन कहाँबाट रिटर्न दिने, त्यो चाहिँ हुन जान्छ नि। कि त कम्पनी नै क्लोज हुनु पर्यो, कम्पनी क्लोज भएर आफ्टर एक्विजिसन क्लोज भयो भने उसले आफ्नो रिटर्न पाउँछ। अर देयर इज लाइक त्यही भएर इन्भेस्टर्सहरूले पनि इन्भेस्ट गर्दाखेरि दे सी द फ्युचर, हाउ इट इज गन ग्रो एन्ड हाउ मच आई गेट माई रिटर्न, अरू अहिले हेर्छ।
जस्तो अनि मानव एउटा कम्पनी छ उसको चाहिँ मानव अब मल्टिपल प्रडक्ट्स छ हैन अनि एउटा इन्भेस्टरले चाहिँ एउटा प्रडक्टलाई हेरेर उसले इन्भेस्ट गर्न चाह्यो भने अब उसको इक्विटीमा चाहिँ कसरी हुन्छ जस्तो वर्ल्ड कम्पनीमा कसरी इक्विटी म्यानेज गर्ने प्रडक्ट बाई प्रडक्टले इन्भेस्ट गर्न चाह्यो
the byproduct. Okay, that's what I have faced. I'll tell you. Different product हुन्छ है different product को आफ्नै भ्याल्यु हुन्छ कम्पनीमा तर कम्पनी त पुरा त्यो सबै 100वटा प्रडक्ट छ भने 100वटा प्रडक्टले नै कम्पनी खाइ 100वटा कम्पनीले नै बनेको त्यो प्रडक्ट त कुनै एउटा सिंगल प्रडक्ट भएन भने त्यो कम्पनी हुँदैन भन्ने त छैन सो it depends upon you how you project yourself त्यो मान्छेले इन्भेस्टरले हेर्ने हो भने म खाली यो प्रडक्टको लागि इन्भेस्ट गर्दैछु भनेर भन्यो भने देयर आर लट्स अफ थिङ्स इन दिस थिङ अल्सो इन टेक बिजनेस कसरी हुन्छ भने तपाईँको ए प्रडक्ट छ बी प्रडक्ट छ एउटै त्यही कम्पनीबाट हो तपाईँले छुट्टै त्यो ए प्रडक्ट बेच्न सक्नुहुन्छ बुझ्नुभयो नि नभए त्यो सब कम्पनी पनि बनाउन सक्नुहुन्छ द्याट्स लाइक I'm a master company. XYZ is a master company. On the master company, that product A is a different sole company, which is under XYZ company. त्यसरी यदि बनाउनु भयो भने त्यो चाहिँ सजिलो हुन्छ त्यसको लागि मात्र इन्भेस्टमेन्ट लिनको लागि तर त्यही हो इफ यु आर गोना सेल दिस वान एन्ड यु विल गेट मोर मनी द्याट विल गो अगेन टु दि XYZ company. द्याट ह्यापन्स द्याट इन्भेस्टर इज लाइक कम्पनीमा इन्भेस्ट गर्ने हो भने प्रडक्टमा त्यो प्रडक्टको छुट्टै कम्पनी भए मात्र हो इन्भेस्ट गर्नु त्यसरी हुन्छ नभए त्यो पुरा यदि तपाईँलाई फेथ छ त्यो प्रडक्टमा भने पुरा कम्पनीमा इन्भेस्ट गर्दाखेरि त्यो प्रडक्ट सेल भयो भने यु गेट द रिटर्न द्याट विल अल्सो वर्क आउट इट्स काइन्ड अफ ट्रिकी मेरो पसलमा जे पनि छ हल्ला पनि छ म खालि हल्लामा मात्र इन्भेस्ट गर्छु भनेर पाउँदैन त्यो पुरा पसलमै इन्भेस्ट गर्नु मात्रै हुन्छ पछि हल्ला बेच्यो भने यु विल गेट सम रिटर्न तर त्यो जेरीको लागि पनि जान्छ त्यही हो द्याट इज लाइक प्रो एन्ड कन्स अफ ह्याभिङ I told you about Meetup, right? And startup grind, okay. I think you have gone through that one, startup grind. No, right? You guys have gone, I mean, what kind of books you have gone through? Weekend is like, when I was like 5 or 6, it's like, okay, we can. We used to read like that. It's not about reading we can and the things. I mean, you know about Mark Zuckerberg, right? Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. So, what about the other tech players you know about? You know about Google's, right? How they started and all these things. Those are the big companies, and there are lots of other startups who have become millionaire in it's very less time. You know about Slack? SLACK. You can just Google it. It's the most hot and happening startup in US right now because it has been raised so much of funds. I mean, which raise funds, they are like most happening, right? Slack is there. And there are lots of other companies also. Right? Okay, what I've been using, I can tell that Intercom is there, Contact is there. Yeah. So, what all you use for your own business? What kind of application you use for communication with your clients or internal communication? Or just you use Gmail for mail exchange?
I use Alibaba for discovery, for communicating with the suppliers.
Okay, so you have your own startup?
Yeah.
So what is it about?
My startup, this is the another sector that I'm planning to invest or planning to start up on. So 4 years ago I had another company, so I still have that company.
Okay,
so
what it is about?
I procure this POS peripherals.
Okay.
Point of sale.
Yeah, I got it.
Point of sale,
yeah.
barcode, fingerprint. So that one I started 4 years back.
Okay.
So now I'm into hardware, but I want to get into an online business.
Okay.
So with this program, I plan to venture into online.
So
sector.
you want to develop your own website and the things?
Yeah.
Okay. So Alibaba for procuring goods and things. You want to be Amazon of Nepal? Kind of. So you might have gone through all those stories of Amazon, eBay, and all those things, right? How they get. So, if you are in the same, you are in the different business, but have you gone through your competitors or anyone doing something like that in other countries or something? You have gone through that.
Yeah, products in international market.
Okay. So how are you different from that?
Right now, but we are studying in Nepal. Maybe we may add in present context tracking device, child tracking device like our only tracking, but not fitness tracking. We are working on that.
Okay. तपाईले जुन अहिले गर्दै हुन्छ नि त्यसले खाली नेपालमा मात्र बनाउन सक्छ कि बाहिर पनि मार्केट हुन सक्छ त्यसको बाहिर नि हुन सक्छ त्यसको लागि बाहिरको प्रोडक्टमा के चाहिँ बेस्ट छ र तपाईकोमा के चाहिँ कमी छ तपाईकोमा के चाहिँ बेस्ट छ त्यो तपाईले डिफरेन्ट गरिसक्नु भएको छ डिफरेन्स गरिसक्नु भएको छ देन you have your own website, right?
Coming
totally demo sites.
Demo website, okay. So it's like you have your demo website, but you can always go and talk with people, and there are so much of e-learning, and those people who are already in IoT, you can connect with them, and you can get acquired by them. That is also one of the thing, because if you get acquired by them, then you will get the other things which you can work on again, or in the same process, you can make it much more bigger, and in the bigger scale. That is also the thing. So it's. I had this. Narisha told me that you guys spent quite a lot of time in figuring out that you have developed the same thing which has been already developed, right? So please do research. And Alibaba is the only one place where you are procuring your goods or something.
Mostly through Alibaba, because like it's like competition. So like only Chinese made goods are competitive. If I procure from China, then only I can be competitive. Like if I procure from Taiwan and other countries, like my cost of the product goes so high that I won't be able to sell. So due to that, I have to stick with the Chinese company. And for getting, like when we first procure, like we have heard lots of stories like Chinese companies, they do us, like after getting the payment, they're
that's what the GoPro story is about, right? Yeah. He just went like, okay, I'm investing this much money just with a phone call. He just sent the money, and then he got received the things. He got a good people and good people in China for manufacturing things. So it's just the luck.
Yeah.
And if we can go and meet up with them, then it's much better. That is also the one thing. And you want to be like competitor from Muncha or something like that?
Actually, I'm coming up with Singers Factory. So it's everything that you got to do with music, but not only free music. I'm more focusing on like selling music and then making the singers like how they generate money. Because at the current stage, like 10 years ago, I used to own a recording company.
Okay.
So because like of piracy, I had to close down.
Richard Branson's story, it's like that.
Like that.
Okay.
So even I have like this 10 years of time, I have started like few of the companies. Few of them are still on. Few of them are closed.
So you should be the person who should be talking over here and telling about how company goes down and what not to do, what you guys should not do to happen, and what is that you have gone through the pain. And how you should make it, see the new adventures going on. When like this Kodak is there, Kodak is dying, right? Because we all have mobile camera and we just take the pictures. It doesn't shift it itself. So that should not happen. That is the other thing. So, what are you working on? Yeah.
We are working on appointment system.
Appointment system. Okay, so it's like a health app or a doctor's app, right? So have you gone through other applications also? There are lots of, actually lots of, I have at least 5 downloaded in my phone. So how you're differentiating yourself? It's for the Nepal market, right?
Nepal market targeting project. Other countries is tourist market. And we are scheduling those appointments for doctors. Actually, like so that if a doctor wants to take a leave for 1 day, and then you just have to doctor has to just
update it.
Update about the app, and app will automatically send notifications to the patients as well.
Okay.
They will be notified, and they will patient will also be notified that about their time and their appointments, that they should have to wait hours.
That's really nice. And you have talked with other companies who are already in this thing, like hospital and doctors. Have you talked with them?
We have talked with hospitals and doctors. They are more into the ERPs and all full-on
ERP full-on system. Those are like this. And what is your revenue system in this thing? How will you get revenue out of it?
It is basically all done from my website. We have our website. We get subscription from hospitals. They will be enrolled with us, and then their information will be provided in our website.
Okay.
We should go through our website to get this.
Yeah. So
afterwards, we will develop app as well.
Okay.
So revenue is subscription. Like differentiated hospitals are differentiated. Like clinics, hospitals, how many number of doctors are there? According to that.
So if a doctor particular wants to join it, like if I have my own clinic, right, and I'm a single doctor over there, if I want to join that and I get the subscription, how will you ensure that I'll get patients? It's not like that, because doctor wants patients, right? They can go to some XYZ hospital also and get the patients. I mean, that patient can go to those doctors also. So how it is beneficial for the doctor?
Doctors, like, of course, it is the future where we get facilities, we go there. So if patients are like notified about this thing,
how will you? Another question is, how will you get in touch with the patients then?
Patients, I think it is more about advertisement, like flowing the information about the system, what we are creating. And if when our app will be ready, it will be more effective, because app is more feasible for patients to get in touch with everything.
Okay. So that is the nature. That's really nice. So you've been working single or?
No, I have 15 members.
Okay, no problem. It's 2 team members, and you're being sole developer and the business side?
No, I'm on the business side.
Business side. Okay. So how much development is been going on, you know about it, right? That's good. So if one of the if 2 of them are developers, is it? So if one of the developer leaves, will the other will be able to handle all the things? And does she or he knows what the other person is doing and in? And also, if you are going to hire somebody, what the platforms and what the things you have seen? I mean, कसैलाई hire गर्नु छ भने, how will you go and see this? Will publicize advertisement in this thing, on a post or something like that, or how will you go through it?
Hiring according to our need. Like,
yeah, according to your need, I got to know. But
right now we are developing an app.
Yeah.
We will be put on Java and
Java.
So according to that, those criteria.
Okay. So have you guys profiled in this like? Have you guys done internship or something like that anywhere? In the bigger firms and all these things? Have you done? I mean, you have no idea about how the big companies work, is it? I mean, you have already your startup, so you might have gone through all those pains, but do you know how their business works and all those things? Because if you have something, the big companies might have a similar product and they can just ruin you out. So how? It's more about differentiating yourself and how they have been working on. कसरी उनीहरूले काम गर्छ, कसरी उनीहरूबाट डिफरेन्शिएट आफूलाई भएर आफ्नो छुट्टै पहिचान बनाउने हो. That really matters. So if anyone has to work, that's better, then it's okay, fine. So you'll learn and get to know about the things. So you're in what are you working on? Nothing. Okay, that is also a good thing for the idea generation. Anything else you guys wanted to ask? It's like, okay.
Yeah, like, I've got a few questions.
Yeah, please.
Like, we discussed over here, like, how we're gonna start up a company. Like, for the other people, so, like, what they have, like, they have an idea, but they don't have fund. So, they plan to go to the investor.
Yeah.
Like, they have their projections based on, like, standard features, like, okay, this is the rent, this is the salary. So, like, they are confused whether they should go with that standard right now, or they should, like, say, okay, since we have 5 people, we can work on a room, in a room, without rent. So, like, that brings the cost of the investment down. So, like, to go to the investor, like, should they follow the standard principle of, like, bringing the cost up or bringing the cost down?
Yeah. Look, the cost of infrastructure, the cost of eating or getting salary, that should not be the priority when you go for the investor. The priority should be the value of your product which you are developing. Tapeko product le, tapeko product 5 rupiyaँको छ भने, you should tell that this product will gain 50 rupiयाँ पछि. That should be the value you should able to show the investor. Not that I have to give rent this much, I have to give salary this much. Rent salary dinnerलाई मेरो पैसाले दिने हैन, म तिम्रो प्रोडक्टमा इन्भेस्ट गर्दैछु. Your product should be the revenue generator.
So today in the morning I advised them, like, can you just, like, they had the set of all things, like, they had salary, they had rent, they had electricity, they had everything. So I just told them, like, okay, without, like, what actually
if you don't have all those stuff and you just sit in a room and do the work, and then how much your product can get the money. If you are selling your product to me and I am ready to give you 10 rupees, that is the value of your company. That 10 rupees is the value of your company. You should think about that. Not your laptop cost or electricity cost. That is not the value you are making. That 10 rupees which I am ready to give you is the value of your product and your company. That is what should be.
Even I had a perception like that. So, like, I was telling them, like, you go to the investor with all the, you
should, I think you should have seen Shark Tank, right? त्यसमा कसले इन्भेस्टमेन्ट पाउँदैन मलाई यति इन्भेस्टमेन्ट तपाईले लिएर के गर्नुहुन्छ भने म आफूले स्यालेरी लिन्छु भनेर भन्दै थियो एकजनाले तिमीलाई स्यालेरी दिनले मैले इन्भेस्ट गर्ने पैसा सिधै यही भन्छ. So it should be your product talking, not your other expenses. And in a startup it's like in US they say garage startup, right? So in Nepal you can have a flat startup. That's it. So it's better. Next. Nothing much, right?
So what, well, like, let's say, okay, let's give an example of them. Like, if they plan to raise right now, after deducting every external expenses, they plan to raise 3 lakh rupees.
Okay.
So for them to get jump start.
Okay.
So, like, let's say after 3 months they don't have money, so that 3 lakh rupees over. So what should be the next step for them?
You know, they should see what is the work they have done. Like, they have just started their product. That 3 lakh is all invested in developing a product. And that product should go from A level to C level or D level. So they can show the other investor that our product has been यहाँबाट त्यहाँ पुग्यो. अब अलिकति अझै पैसा भयो, यो product पुरा रेडी हुन्छ.
During my MBA classes, like, we were going through the product life cycle.
Okay.
So I was going through that. I was going through that. Like, that was the chapter that was going on in the class, and then I was just thinking myself, where am I? So I just projected, okay, this was the chart, and this is my point I am in. So what I inquired the company, I asked them, okay, I need these spare parts. Like, please quote me a price. What he did was, like, he sent me the cost of the whole machine, which was depreciated, like, which was discounted by 80%.
Okay.
So I just thought, okay, he's giving me at such a low price, like, what could be the reason? Then I just did some research, and then I just came to a conclusion, okay, this is the time that I need to close down. Either I close down now, or I close down after 2 or 3 years. Because if I close down after 2 or 3 years, then all the expenses are going to go up. So I came to a conclusion of closing down. After I closed down, so, like, there was a gap of 9 months to 1 year.
Okay.
Like, I didn't know what to do. So I just thought, okay, I was 24, 25, and I was like thinking, okay, by 25, I'm again jobless. So what do I do next? So, like, after going through lots of things, I like you said, I read lots of blogs and everything. So, like, I just came to a conclusion. like if you want to take a risk and if you want to become a businessman, this is like part of, this is one of the part that you always have to come through.
So that is what I was also telling these people, like it's you need not go through the same what he has gone through. So always try educating yourself. If you are if in his case, if he would have educated himself much prior, he would have known about the internet songs and those business, and he would have shifted. He would not have spent that 1 year that of time, right? So always educate yourself.